YouTube, welcome back. I'm gonna do another orchard tour. It's June 2024. Start out with a new one. This is a Desert King fig. It's got a little fig on it. It gets, I don't know, maybe 5 hours of sun. Seems to be doing well. Here's another one. It's a mystery fig. I think it's a Smith though. Right there. It kind of looks like a Smith or a Stella. No figs yet. Here's another new addition. This is a Owari Satsuma. And I have it sort of up under this old cedar tree. So I'll give it a little bit of protection in the winter. Here's another new one. This is a Swingle I got from Woodlanders. It's a seedling, so there's no graft mark on it, so I'm sure it's going to take 10 years to fruit, but had to have it. The next one right here, this is a LSU Champagne. It gets a lot of sun and it's got some figs on it, but the leaves are turning yellow. I don't know if it's getting too hot. I just put new mulch on it and watered it. Hopefully it'll come back. This right here, early Ann Satsuma. See, it's got an orange right there, and then one right there. And the tree is beautiful. It's super green. So, super nice tree. Then coming over here, this is a Nippon orange plot. Didn't fruit last year, didn't bloom this year, but look how thick the trunk is. It's about 1 inch at the bottom, and it is growing something fierce. Next over here, it's a Japanese persimmon, and as you can see, it is loaded with fruit. Tons of fruit on it. Doing good. Something's been eating the leaves. I'm not sure what eats the leaves on these, but yeah, super pretty tree. Next, this is a pawpaw we bought locally. Not sure what the cultivar is, but I put it up under the oak tree so it gets tons of shade. Over here, this is the, let's see, Sweet Frost Tangerine from UGA. It has one little tangerine on it, but it's growing well. Nice dark leaves. I made 2 tangerines last year. Here's another Japanese persimmon. It's grown a lot, but it only has like 2 fruits on it. It had, there's the other one right there. It had a bunch on it and it dropped them all. No idea why, but it's a pretty tree. This is the Grand Frost lemon. It just put new leaves out. Super pretty, and it's got a couple lemons on it. There's one at the bottom down there. And then this is the Pink Frost grapefruit. It's really big leaves, and it seems to be growing well. I only had 1 bloom, and the storm knocked it off this spring. So no grapefruits. I made them last year and they're pretty good, but yeah, none this year. Next is the Florida King peach. Got a peach right there, a couple peaches right there, a peach right there, and those are organza bags. It's so you ain't got to spray chemicals on it to keep the bugs out. Next over here, another, I think Florida King peach. And as you can see, it's loaded with peaches. Took a hot minute, just put all the bags on it. I just put new mulch on it and stuff. Really pretty tree. Right here, this is a Benton Citrange from Woodlanders. It is super thorny and very tiny. I think it's just a seedling. I don't see a graft mark on it. No telling when that's gonna bloom. Here's my gold nugget loquat. That is very pretty. No blooms yet. It's been on the ground 3 years. This is a new tree. This was supposed to be a pawpaw. And so I put it in a somewhat shaded spot. That's not a pawpaw. I bought it off the marketplace. I think it's a peach. Here's my other gold nugget loquat. That's growing. But both these are painted because the trunk split one winter, and that's supposed to stop it. Right here, LSU white honey. It's got tons of figs on it. It is growing good. It came from that dude in South Georgia that sells figs, Lazy Dog. And pineapple guava, I just put it in the ground. And these seem to like Georgia a lot. It is doing very well. This is a Bartlett that I moved over here. Has one little pear on it. It's not bad, it's painted. This is a Chilean guava got from Woodlanders. I've heard these don't do too good in the heat, so we'll see what happens. That's a wild pawpaw. This is a Brooklyn white fig. No figs yet though. That's another Bartlett. It's gotten really big, but no blooms, no pears, nothing. Another Chilean guava. I mean, they're both growing. You can see the light green on them. Here's another pineapple guava. Again, these things are growing so well here. This right here is the LSU purple fig. It made figs last year, but this year it's not really doing a whole lot. It was kind of a cold winter. It hit, I think, 13 degrees. It kind of knocked it back. This right here, another Bartlett. No blooms. Maybe next year. Here's another Bartlett. Very big tree. No blooms. Here's an Orient. It's about 4 years in the ground, and it is massive. And it's got 3 big old pears on it. The bags are probably overkill for this. I don't think bugs mess with these. Let's go back over here. This right here is a Russian pomegranate. It had blooms on it. The storm knocked them all off. So it's just gonna be chill until next year. This right here, this is a new one. This is a Dunstan Citramello. And I think it's just a seedling. It's not grafted, so it'll probably be 10 years before it makes anything. And this right here, this is a Thomasville from Stan McKenzie. You can see it's loaded. This is an awesome tree, so easy to grow, and it fruits like crazy. Next we got the Arbucunus olive, kind of weepy looking. Both of them bloomed. I think this one actually has a olive on it. If you can see it, that's super tiny. These things, I don't know. I don't know if I want to keep growing olives. Over here, LSU Scots Black. No figs or nothing, but that's growing good. That's another wild pawpaw. Right here, Bartlett. Very pretty tree. No blooms. And they get kind of burned up. The leaves get kind of crispy on them. Next, another Bartlett. It's big, but no blooms. And again, the leaves, they get kind of crispy on it since it's been getting hot. This right here is Honeycrisp. It's got one apple on it. I had 2 last year, but only 1 this year. But the tree still looks good. This other tree is pretty big. It's a Honeycrisp. And it's got a cluster of 3 apples right there. Super pumped about these. The next one, that's another Honeycrisp. This is the big dog Honeycrisp. And it is, I guess, loaded with apples. It's so many. I was not expecting this many apples. Such a big tree. Fuji. No blooms yet. Nothing but growth. Probably 12 feet tall. All it does is grow. It's got the biggest trunk on it of any tree I planted out here. The next one, there's the Profusion crabapple. Excellent tree. It just produces like crazy. Tons and tons of crab apples on it. And no disease. You don't spray it. You hardly water it. I cannot wait to try this fruit this fall. Here's a Granny Smith. It's growing. It's growing like a weed. It loves the heat, but no blooms on it. No blooms. It's a pretty tree though. Maybe next year. Prairie Fire crabapple right here. Got tons of crab apples. And it blooms. It's so pretty, and it definitely helps pollinate the fool out of everything else out here. This one, that's an Orient pear, and as you can tell by the bags, it's loaded with pears. And it's got some scab too. If you can tell, like the leaves are kind of scabby looking, and so is the fruit. Maybe it'll pull through, I don't know. The Orients are supposed to be pretty tough, you know. We'll see. Another Profusion crabapple. And just the production on it is just insane. Someone needs to breed this with a, like another apple, like a Honeycrisp, to get that disease resistance and the just the massive productivity. That would definitely be an apple tree worth having. Something, you know, something like a Liberty apple. This is an Orient, and it is super tall. Absolutely massive. No pears this year. Super bummed. We're walking down here. A lot of new stuff down here. These 2 trees down here, these are called strawberry trees. Arbutus uendo. They're from Portugal. They came from woodlanders, and no one on the East Coast has ever heard of them. So I was super pumped about these. It took a long time to find out where to buy them at, because no nursery has them. This is a pomegranate, a Russian pomegranate. I just put it over here. It was out in the main orchard, but I wanted to plant something else, so I just moved it. This is a Stella fig. This is new, and it has the really pretty leaves. No figs on it yet, but it's growing good. Next one is a Smith. Everybody's raves about Smith, and I'm super excited to have this. It came from Lazy Dog. Yeah, I'm super pumped about this. Right here, it's a Maywall kumquat. I had in the pot last year, and it produced like crazy, and I put it out here in the orchard, and no blooms, but just tons of growth. And it's up under the oak tree. UGA website says to plant citrus under oak trees, so that's what I did, protect it. This is a 10-degree tangerine from Stan. It is big and bushy and branching out, but no blooms yet. Maybe next year. Right here, Nagami kumquat. It is super dark green and starting to grow some, but no blooms. It's a Karaji. It's pretty, but no blooms, not yet. This right here, Kefir. The Kefir actually got fire blight last year, or blossom blight, I'm not sure. But we had to cut like a big, huge chunk out of it. But as you can tell, it didn't slow it down. It's growing like another 6 feet. These trees are crazy. Right here, this is my favorite fig, LSU Gold. And it is producing like crazy. And these figs will get massive. This is my favorite one right here. I'm so happy to have this. And over here, under the catawba tree, we got a mystery kumquat. I bought it last year at Tractor Supply as a little stick, and it has grown into this crazy looking bush, and it is covered in blooms and little tiny fruits, like absolutely everywhere, up and down. They taste all right. They're kind of small. They're like marble sized. And here's a long neck yellow fig. It's supposed to be like big old yellow figs that like squash, but it hasn't really done a whole lot. Santa Rosa plum. This was a gift from the in-laws. It's very pretty. I don't know how big these get, but it'll be a surprise. Hopefully it still fits in here. I'm gonna walk over here. This is a super old pear that came with the house. No idea what kind it is, but it's pretty much immune to every disease out here. Never had to spray it. All right, this is what is this? Some kind of lime, Carolina lime from Stan McKenzie. And I am super happy to have this. There aren't a lot of those available. I was happy to have one. See, there you go. But it's a lime that can go down to like 8 degrees easy and still makes like delicious limes. And then this is a yuzu lemon, also from Stan. The tag's a little dirty, but you can see it has three big lemons on it. It dropped 2 of them, but it was like the June fruit drop is what I've heard people say. So yeah, I got my lime and my lemon. Right here, so another Nagami kumquat. I planted it this spring, just like I did the other kumquats. No blooms, but it's growing well. Gives plenty of water and sunshine. But yeah, that's the orchard so far, or as of June 2024. I don't know of anything else I would add right now. At this point, it's mainly just doing maintenance, like watering and fertilizing. The only iffy trees definitely be the Bartletts those two right there, and then the 4 Bartletts up here. I know they can't handle fire blight, that's what people say, and also people say it gets too hot for them. But this is year number 3 with them, and they haven't had any kind of crazy disease or anything. This is the big one. We'll see. If they die, if the Bartletts die, they will be getting replaced with pineapple guavas, because these things are, I mean, they're awesome. These should be getting grown commercially here. The loquats are kind of iffy, just because they haven't produced yet or even bloomed. So if anything happens to them, they'll definitely be getting replaced. Peaches, oh man, those are easy as Georgia. But yeah, that's the state of the orchard right now. There's more figs over there, but they're just Celeste. They're nothing special. Yeah, thanks for watching.